Hey guys, welcome back to Chef Monica's Kitchen. Today we're doing a very classic, well, it's Moroccan, but it's also available all over the Middle East. It's a roasted pepper and tomato salad. If you've ever heard of shakshuka, which is a very classic sort of Arabic breakfast, it's this roasted pepper and tomato salad, and then they put eggs and poach them in the tomatoes and the peppers in usually like the base of a tagine. It's delicious. In Morocco, they'll usually do that with something called klia, which is, you gotta do the klia. It's basically kind of like the Moroccan equivalent to beef jerky, only they dehydrate it in the sun for hours and hours, which sounds terrible, but it's really quite delicious. Anyhow, let's show you how to roast peppers. The easiest way to do a bunch of peppers at once is simply to turn your oven on to whatever the highest setting is. Mine goes to 500 degrees, so you can even set your broiler if you want to, although that goes a little too rapidly for my security level. So like 475, 500 if you've got it. And then you basically roast these until they are completely blackened all the way around. That's quick, and almost anybody can do it whether you have an electric or gas oven. Alternately, if you have a gas stove, you can do it straight stovetop. Oh, helps if you actually have the burner working. Hold that thought. Ah! Let's do that again. It's a comedy of errors. Okay, burner works. Now, so you can take your pepper just like this and stick it straight over the flame. And you literally just keep turning it until it's completely blackened and starts to almost get like ashen skin. And then you let it cool. I usually will cover it, and then that will help to sort of steam the skin off of the pepper, and it makes it easier to peel it off. These ones, when they come out of the oven, peel really quickly and easily. So the advantage to roasting a pepper is basically to take the natural sugars that occur in peppers and caramelize them. It sweetens the peppers and it takes the bitterness out of, especially the green ones. And it also enables you to peel the skins off, which sometimes will leave sort of a weird like mouthfeel. So it's kind of a win-win situation. As you can see, I just wanted to give you a chance to look at this. I'm actually not going to leave it on there because I want to just throw it in with the rest of these. But I want to see if I can show you a little bit, tiny bit. You can kind of see it starting to blister there. It does smell nice, and it does give it that sort of barbecue-y flavor, but it's way easier to stick them in the oven, so we're going to do that. Check back when they're done. Look how pretty they are. Alrighty, hold that thought. Let me close this. Whew, hot and sweaty. Okay, you can see these are nice and browned here. I just want to show you when you kind of like squeeze them, clearly they're cooked through, and you can see the peels are already starting to come off. So as I let
Sorry,
these...
do that again? Just slightly off camera, I was looking on the side.
Well, you can see this part of the peel right here that's starting to come off. So,
okay, good.
As these cool, they'll almost kind of like deflate a little bit. And then we'll be able to pull these skins all the way off, and then we'll be able to get into the center of these and also take out all the seeds that are in there, because we don't want that in our salad either. So I'm gonna let these cool, I'm gonna peel them, and then I'm gonna take those roasted pepper skins, and not the skins, I'm sorry, the meat of the pepper, and I'm gonna chop those up to put in our salad. Meanwhile, back here, I have two large cans of tomatoes, diced tomatoes, that I have just sort of been cooking down. I basically just want to get rid of all the liquid that was in the can with the tomatoes, so that all I have left is the tomatoes. So these are just kind of simmering away for probably half hour, 45 minutes until all that liquid is evaporated. Once that happens, we'll assemble all this and I'll show you what to do next. Alrighty, so our tomatoes have cooked down. You can see that there's not much liquid left in here, just the tomato. That's what I was looking for. I've taken all of my peppers, I've peeled them, I've taken as much of the seeds out as I possibly could, and then just chopped these up. One of the things about Moroccan food that I personally love is the colors. Eat with your eyeballs first. If you see something and it looks pretty, then you're gonna wanna eat it. So that's the most enticing part of Moroccan cuisine. And then of course it smells good because of all the spices. So we're gonna add in all these peppers to the tomatoes. If you want to use green peppers, you can. I just know a lot of people don't care for them because they're more bitter than red and yellow and orange are. So that's really your call. If you want to jazz it up in terms of colors, or if you've got multiple colors of peppers growing in your garden, by all means go ahead and use them. Also, if you've got purple peppers, they're fun to use, but just be mindful of the fact that they don't stay purple. They actually turn green when you cook them, which sucks. Purple food should stay purple when you cook it. It's my favorite color. It's like a cruel thing of nature. Okay, that's just my soapbox. So I have cilantro and parsley and garlic. We're gonna also put all those in here. And then I'm gonna quickly wash my hands, so I'll be right back. Alrighty, so I have all that in there. Now, normally I would use the harissa paste, which of course you've seen me use a bajillion times. I ran out, had to order some that hasn't come in yet. So I'm gonna use sriracha. No, it's not Moroccan or North African, but it'll give it a little bit of heat. About a teaspoon of that, just so that it's a substitute, just pretend. A little bit of honey. This is local honey from Coneflower Farm, which is awesome. So the honey will offset the acidity of the tomatoes. Anytime you're making tomato sauce, like for example marinara sauce, a lot of times they'll put sugar in there, and that's to offset the acidity of the tomatoes. I personally would rather use maple syrup or honey. I think it's less, it tastes less fake, for lack of a better word. I don't know why I think that, but it does. It just has a different flavor. It's a little bit more,
natural flavor,
yeah,
sweetness.
Yeah, so that's just my another soap opera, or soapbox. Soap opera, it's a soap opera. Kitchen soap opera 101. Okay, a little bit of apple cider vinegar, about a tablespoon or so, or red wine vinegar, again, whatever you have in stock. And then again, I would normally use that argan oil, that Moroccan oil that we discussed a couple of episodes back with our cabbage salad, but I don't have any, so we're doing a couple tablespoons of sesame oil instead. So that's our sort of, I guess we'll say dressing for lack of a better term. We'll do a bit of salt, probably about half a teaspoon or so. And then fresh cracked pepper. And then we've got our paprika, our smoked paprika. We're gonna do about 2 teaspoons of the paprika. I want this really well spiced. We're gonna do cumin. This time I paid attention. I read the label on the bottle. It does say cumin, not curry. I'm not gonna make that mistake again. We're gonna do also about, let's see if I can get it out of here, 2 teaspoons or so. Ugh, get out. Okay, close enough. And then I got a pinch of saffron. Not too much, but just a skosh. Like $5 worth. I'm just kind of crush it in there. Incidentally, don't use anything that's called like pulverized or crushed saffron. It looks like a red powder. That's not real saffron. You don't want to use that crap. It'll give you the color, but it's not the real deal, and you'll spend a shit ton of, a lot of money on it.
It's all right.
It's all right. And then a tiny pinch of that sumac. That's that kind of acidic spice. Beautiful. This is gonna go back on the stove for probably about 10 minutes or so. And we're gonna just cook it through until some of the liquid evaporates and all of those flavors kind of marinate together. And then I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Alrighty, so this has been cooking together for about 10 minutes or so. You can see it's nice and thick now. All of those ingredients and spices are all mixed together, and it's absolutely delicious. At this point, you could either eat it immediately or let a cooler room temperature eat it that way, or you could cover it, stick it in the fridge, and then let it marinate. It actually tastes better 2, even 3 days later. And you can use this in various capacities. In Morocco, they start the meal with several different salads like this, and bread. So you'll have like 7 or 8 different salads, hot and cold, room temperature, and then dip your crusty flatbread with it. Alternate things you can do with it, for example, is use it as almost like a pico de gallo or a chutney on top of grilled chicken or shrimp or salmon.
It's great in an omelet.
It's great in an omelet. Obviously, we talked about the shakshuka earlier. You could also use this instead of marinara sauce over pasta. You could mix it together with rice, so it's like super great on almost everything. If you really want to, you can bathe in it. It's probably good for your skin. Just trust me, it's delicious. It'll keep in the refrigerator for up to a week, so because there's the natural acidity from the tomatoes and the vinegar. It's delicious. Go home and make it, and I promise you'll love it.